What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Vampyr playthrough part 2.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Okay. Maybe I can trade him for weapons, too.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Alright, can't hate on the hustle. What's medical checkup?
Do you need any medical help, Milton?
I'm fine, Doc. Physically, at least. But I would give everything to be in a better place right now.
Oh, that's the blood quality. I can mesmer him?
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Common trigger parts, bullets. I only have 92, I can't really buy anything.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research. Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You're right. When dealing with such a terrible disease, one must remain humble. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try our best.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
Yeah, she's telling it like how it is, the way she
How
feels.
is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
He chatted me up a lot.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Milton Hooks. Milton's reputation is mediocre among his colleagues.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
What is this? Do not cough in public. This sounds kind of like COVID-19. I mean, it sounds kind of like the pandemic, right? The Spanish flu. It was pretty bad back in those days.
It's locked, all right.
Not to put it lightly, though. It's nothing to laugh about, of course. This is serious stuff. What can I do with the small bottles? Let me go up to the second floor. I think that's where my my office is, right? This is the second floor, right?
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin. The flower's dying. It needs water.
Is there any water around? Treatment for sepsis. Treatment for fatigue. Blood sample. You have enough components to improve one of your weapons. Select a melee weapon upgrade. This is 65. It's a bit slower. Oh, but it takes a lot more stamina. Not that much. A work in progress.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Yeah, time is on his side. Dear Jonathan, I asked Nurse Crane to secure an office for you on the second floor. Please forgive the austere decoration. It's not the Ritz-Carlton. You could say that. Okay, so the staff will never come in. Sincerely. Discovered about econ in the last few years. I can hear like rain. Is it raining? Article on econs. That's cool. They have so much background info.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Blood capacity, increase your blood capacity. Since these don't take that much, it's better to upgrade these skills. The following night. May improve or degrade the district health status due to disease. Oh, that's the guy we well, I mean,
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
that's a good question. I don't want to sleep. I thought that was like a vase of water. It looks like water. I can't. Can I go out here though? Nope.
I'm not one to make wait, Doctor. I've patients to attend.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
Nurse, this room is off limits, and I'd prefer to keep it that way. Make sure the rest of the staff are so informed.
Of course, Doctor. And what about the antiseptics? Or do I inform the staff that you're too busy?
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Yes, Doctor?
Does she have anything else to say?
Why then do you always work the nights? Don't you ever sleep?
At the Pembroke, we're always hands on deck.
Lack of sleep and the medical profession always ends in disaster. I've witnessed many a colleague succumb to stimulants to fight exhaustion. Drugs were as deadly as bullets in the trenches.
London's trenches start here at Pembroke Hospital. We are on the front line, make no mistake.
Okay.
Your dedication to the Pembroke does you credit, Nurse Crane, but when do you sleep?
We staff get our sleep when we can, Doctor. Nursing is a vocation, not the labor of a journeyman.
I hear that.
Exactly how bad is the supply situation here at Pembroke?
It really depends. Dr. Swansea deftly works his society contacts for monies, but with the quarantine, well, we're in God's hands.
Please, could you point me in the direction of the morgue again?
It's the large boarded-up building behind the hospital. You can't miss it. The key I gave you will open the small back door to it.
That's all for now, Nurse Crane, thank you.
Alright, let's go to this morgue. Whose office is this? Dr. Tippett, Strickland, and Acquainted.
It's locked, all right.
There's a third floor? And of course, I can't get in it.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
What is... Is this a vampire? Who is this guy? Find the lost wallet in the garden. Is this the garden? I mean, I guess I'm in it, right? Still gotta get used to the combat a bit. Feeding on your own kind. Oh, watery, sturdy blood sample. What can I do with those? I read it wrong the first time. Photograph and a wallet. Milton and people forever.
So, Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are an item. Those two have hidden their affections well.
Bring back the wallet to its owner. Stash, examine ammo. Oh, extra ammo will be stored in your stash. Oh, that's cool. So it's not like you can always pick up more ammo. I mean, it's not like you can't pick up more. I like the combat system too. I guess some people were complaining that it was a little bit clunky. I think it's fine. And there's a lot of weapons and vampire abilities you can use, so that makes it cool. The old morgue. What could we use in here? I wonder if there's vampires in here. Oh crap, is this where I came from? District lost. It is. I think I just exited the building. I did not mean to do that. We'll plunge into chaos, citizens will be reported missing, their quests will be lost, and dangerous creatures will begin to roam the streets. That's not good. Although there is a trophy, PS4 trophy achievement to get all the districts in critical. I might do that. Since I'm playing the role of vampire, I'm trying to do the reckless. Okay, I guess I am still in the morgue. Or no. Bullet, shotgun. Oh yeah, that's where I found the Okay, so it is in here. Just make sure not to go. Just make sure not to leave the building again. I can't believe that. So citizens have quests. If you talk to them, they'll always reward you for your help and experience, or what? But I do like that this game gives you choices. Like, do you want to be a good vampire or a bad vampire? Save London or just plunge into chaos? Yeah, I didn't come, see? This is different. I didn't leave through here. Because I came through this way, see, and that's the way I left. But anyway, all these supplies should be in this morgue. I can't go here.
It's locked. Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Because these vampires are like rabbit cigarette case. This is it right here. That's one of the items.
It's locked, all right.
What door isn't locked? Bottle of alcohol.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Oh, he scared me. I did not see this guy. Get back. Did I come in this room? No, I didn't.
Balls of Mars. Fortifiers. as popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Wait, can I look at my reflection? Nope. Thought I heard something. Let's sneak
These
up on them.
skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
So these vampire creatures, they don't care what they're feeding on. They might have gone mad. They have like no intelligence either, so it's like they regressed to their animal instincts, animalistic tendencies. Whoa. Oh, he doesn't see me. Let's sneak up on him. Bullet Absorber just acquired an offhand weapon. A new citizen investigation is available. The harder they fall, find out the cause of death. Type of death is natural. Probable cause: pneumonia, virus-induced Spanish influenza.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this. It's locked, all right.
Is it this guy?
The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Dr. Coracona Tippett. Alright, so I gotta talk to him.
Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Alright, we got one more item in this place. As part of the main quest. Wait, there was something on the floor? John Doe. That was quick. How do you do that? That's his ability. He likes to sneak up behind you.
So ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Yeah, once you go down that path. Oh, I see how to get up there. I was like, yeah, how do I get up there? Is there anything else in here? I guess not. Oh, this.
Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
Craft the treatment for fatigue. Bring the medicine to Dorsey Crane in the patient's room. Okay. Oh, there's more of them? guess they came back to life. They killed. Oh, I couldn't even move. I mean, I guess you're a vampire, you come back to life, right? I should have been looking more at my health. I lost to those scrubs. Wait, I'm getting my payback now. Where are they at? Wait, I was here already. Oh, he has a... Where do these guys come from? Okay, here was the way. Alright, let's just get out of this morgue. I think these monsters come back. Tricky little things. Right, I gotta go return the wallet and talk to that other doctor and give the cure of the fatigue to that nurse. So we're rolling in these missions. Your health regenerates slowly over time. Oh, does it? I didn't know that. Pretty cool they put tips in there while it's loading. I mean, since the load times take a pretty good chunk of time. Yeah, I mean, I wonder if there's like a new game plus in this game, because I can't imagine trying to like beat this game without feeding on anybody to level up. Like how? I'm pretty sure it's doable, but all right, Where were we? Or could I go this way? Wait, what's here? Greece. Let's do this local investigation. Track it.
There again.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Because he was in the trenches.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
I'm fine. Just do something for this pain, will you? That's all I'm asking.
Alright, I can't get anything out of him.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
You're disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
Was this the priest?
I have wasted too much energy for so little result.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
He's a man of the cloth.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the dockers' trade union. The wet boot boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Can you imagine? Even the criminals
Who
are
leads the
afraid
gang now?
to hurt
Since
a
Clay
priest.
Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
That's true, he's a man of faith.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really. But I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
He doesn't know that he was a vampire.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Oh, so he's not even an official priest?
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
I have wasted too much energy for so little result.
It's locked.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Damn. The pain.
Who's this? There's a couple people that are unknown to me.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
What, women couldn't be doctors back in the day?
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
About his error.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
I guess that's it, right?
Do you need any medical assistance yourself, Doctor?
Come on, don't be ridiculous, dear colleague.
Oh, he would net me a pretty good amount. I guess I could have almost mesmer him.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
But I'm gonna let these characters develop, and then eventually, once they can give a bunch of XP, then milk them dry, right? That would be a good idea. Oh, there she is, Dorothy Crane. Wait, who's this?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
True.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable, and your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
I guess they all have their...
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
treatment practitioners, right? Practices. Each one has their best practices.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed,
Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
Experiments?
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
I bet.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
A new investigation.
Do you need my medical attention, dear colleague?
You don't have to worry about me, Dr. Reed. I am here to assist you, not to be a burden.
Alright, that's it, right? Oh, about your blood transfusion.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Wait, what did he do? Now we can go check up on that other guy.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
But let's go give the cure to that nurse.
Blundering idiot.
Where's she at though? She was just here. She's in the next room.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Diseases decrease the blood quality of a citizen. To treat them. Oh, okay. Or else I won't get experience. A rat in the hospital, chapter 2.
You always knew the words to calm the children.
Talk to Edward Swansea. Alright, we're in chapter 2. I'm gonna end it right here, guys. Thanks for watching. Because I don't want to like overload all these conversations. I'm trying to pay attention to them too, so I can take mental notes. But it's interesting. I mean, you get to hear everybody's story. So we'll pick it up in the next video. Thanks for watching.